I'm very glad to be able to take part in this
We're live
in St. Louis, Human Rights Day.
Human
Ever
rights.
since the Declaration of Human Rights, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, was passed in Paris in 1948 on December
Is every
10th,
first lady a tranny?
we have
They might just as well be.
this day not only in the United
In
States.
2020, I have the eyes to see.
The object
Yes.
is to make people everywhere conscious of the importance of human rights.
Oh,
and
thank
freedoms. The reason for that is that these are spoken of and emphasized in the Charter of the United Nations. And the
Oh,
Declaration was written to elaborate the rights already mentioned in the Charter, and to emphasize also for all of us the fact that the building of human rights
that is one
will be
ugly
one
dude.
of the foundation stones
She wasn't a looker, let me tell you.
in the world, an atmosphere in which peace could grow. For that reason, all over the world, we've encouraged the associations for the United Nations to observe a whole week before the United Nations Day comes around to explain United Nations and what goes on in that organization. And when we come to the celebration for human rights, we try to particularly have people study the Declaration.
I invited Liz.
So that they will really understand
He's not going to come.
what were considered to be the most essential rights for all people to have throughout the world. They fall into different groups. And one reason that we are now considering the writing of a covenant or covenants is because we feel that these rights should sometime be actually written into the laws of countries throughout the world. And that can be done by the adoption of covenants and the changing of laws to meet whatever a country has accepted in a covenant, which will be written in treaty
Covenant,
form.
no less.
These things must be well understood, because even though you accept treaties and countries ratify those treaties, the real change throughout the world,
Patience.
their human rights,
4 minutes.
must come
This
about
one's already been dead, what, 50, 70 years?
for human beings to have rights and freedoms which give them dignity.
Rights and freedoms
which
and dignity.
will give them
Dignity.
that they are human beings that can walk the earth with their heads high and look all men in the face.
That's right.
If we observe these rights for ourselves and for others, I
Thank
think
you,
we will
sir.
find that it is easier in the world to build peace, because war
Yep.
destroys
No,
all
war. War is the
rights
answer.
and freedoms.
War
So
is the
for
answer.
those we fight
War
for.
is the answer. I'm sorry. The only thing that can save us is total and absolute war.
Maybe. I'm going to play this in the background.
Put a party in the background.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of... Yes.
Movie theaters are going to make a comeback. I promise you. All these people had COVID. I mean, I'm not even going to say the word. But yeah.
Not for very much longer. I've got to.
Yes, so it is. This is a transparency and merit.
Yes.
We are...
Yeah.
We have walked in somehow right smack into one of maybe the best year ever
Yes, this is going to be magnificent.
This might be the best year yet.
Oh, you know what? The movies are going to be better, more crisp. The ball fields. We're just going to get out on the field and just play ourselves. It's going to be a great year, Joe.
This has already been a very unique year. It's very different from last year. In fact, it's very different from any year that I've ever had on this earth. And let's have a go at it. I mean, this is an opportunity right now for everybody to it's maybe got a little bit of the 80s in it. It's got a little bit of the 90s. I've seen a little bit of
70s.
little bit of 70s. It's got a little bit of
It's going to be like the 30s. It's gonna, you know what I mean? If you remember the show The Waltons, all the people who watch that show and said, "Man, I wish I grew up during the Depression," they're going to get it. 10, 20 years of bread lines, soup kitchens. Joe, don't cut in front of me. I was here first.
By the way, I heard a report today. I was listening to one of my favorites, and this might directly impact you. I'm not sure, but I'm told that this is the absolute end to buffets.
Yeah. Well, no, I won't let that'll be war.
Well, then you are officially at war because they're not coming back. There's no need. There's no way that there is ever going to be another buffet.
Bring back the buffet. Buffet. You know what? That's a lie, Joe. The buffets are going to make a comeback. You know what? When they open up their, you know what? When this crisis ends and they open up their buffet, the line will be around the block. And when they open up the movie theaters, the line's going to be around the block.
What's that really cheap buffet place in Los Angeles?
Hometown Buffet is horrible. Awful.
I'll never forget driving by Hometown Buffet once, and it had a sign out in the front, and it said Beef Day. And I kind of gagged a little bit. Like,
did you have?
No, I have eaten there once when they first came around. There was supposed to be this kind of I forgot what the old standard for buffets was, but it was supposed to be kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a buffet you can go to every day because they kept the prices low. And I went in, and it was so disturbing. The food was so disgusting. It was literally like they served every food item was from the 99-cent store.
Oh, delicious. Well, I mean, right now you can't. The food from, at my local 7-Eleven, the chimichangas that used to be like hot off the grill aren't there like anymore. No more Slurpees for now. Big gulps. All those stuff are not here for now. But you know what, Joe? They're going to make a comeback. We just, you know what? This whole pandemic is out there just to make us feel grateful. And when they come back, we're going to say, oh, my God. You know what? Because, people are going to want to go to the, you know what? People are going to want to go to the movies again. They're going to want to go to the ball field. They're going to want to resume their lives again, Joe. When this pandemic ends in about 23 years, people will be happy again, Joe. They're going to be.
That might be realistic. I don't see any change coming soon.
Yeah. Well, it'll just be so great. It's just this is like a future utopia. People are going to have to wear. I love that guy in the Planet of the Apes mask, Joe. I want one of those.
Yes.
That's an essential.
These are fantastic costumes.
Yeah. Well, particularly that Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes. Look at that. There is a person. You know what? They just went out to have the time of their life.
Every night.
Again. And you know what? These people, if there was a pandemic, these people wouldn't care. They would just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna live my life." Anyway, who knows? God, who's got the answers? Joe, you know what? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going on my diet for my 50,000th time. The 50,000th
Yeah.
for the 50,000 time, or
Okay.
the 1,000, 20,000. This will be the 20,000 attempt, or the 50,000 attempt, and that's the charm, Joe. This one, I'm actually going to do hardcore fasting. I'm going to do it. So help me nothing.
Well, give it a shot, and
I will give it a shot.
you work yourself back into it, and next thing you know, it's part of your life, and then you can keep doing it.
Yeah, that's what I want to, because that's what makes you really feel bad. I mean, this pandemic makes me feel bad, but you know what? This makes me feel even more. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, the way I feel right now, I feel awful right now physically. I'm tired all the time. I don't know if it's a depression or what it is, but it's like being home all day, not good. Particularly at 50. Ugh. You get the lumdrums, man. And if people are suffering from depression, this is not necessarily good for them. And hey, so what can you do? Stay at home. Remember when you were a kid, Joe, and you stayed home from school, and then you'd watch TV all day?
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. That's what this is like. I feel like it's a good opportunity. I think here's the thing, man. I know there are good people out there that are working for, just like there's people who are working against our rights and working towards maybe a iron-fisted type scenario. But I think there are remedies that are being created just as quickly. And yes, we are in the year 2020, which in my mind means better vision for everybody.
Yeah.
And one thing I heard today, and I don't think I want to play the clip even, but maybe I will. But President Trump, did you hear his speech today?
No, what did he say?
So one of his comments, and other people didn't believe me when I told them, so I made them watch it. And it was a 15-minute speech he gave today. And in the speech, he 2 days ago, he gave a speech where he said, we're going to get through this without vaccines. Today, the speech was all about how he has a new vaccine plan, and that the military has been deployed, and his plan is to have everybody vaccinated by the end of this year. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't remember the last time somebody came up with a vaccine in 6 months' time and was able to put it out on the masses, and then to throw in that military has been deployed in order to get this job done. Yeah, man. The first thing I did is look up and say, "Hey, it's 2020. It's time to party," because that's what this is all about. There are people who are working on this, and I think there are remedies to this situation. If it came down to it, though, what would you do if given a military mandate to get a vaccine? Considering everything you know right now, are you going to be going into the doctor's office and letting them shoot you up?
I don't know. I might. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, man? I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's like, this is like a horror film, and you're waiting for a happy ending.
So you said you might.
I might get a shot if the doctor's office says, why not?
Hold on a second here. If the military mandated you to get a vaccine, your response is that you'd go get it?
I get the flu shot.
All right. All right. Well, that's not me. There's no chance in hell that I'm going to go in there and having them blindly inject me with something, especially when they've relieved themselves of liability. And what I would do, and there are people who are out there, I've listened to them, I've read what they're working on, and there are people who have developed contracts, and I would not walk into an office without a contract that demands transparency. I would want a vaccine with full transparency and merit-based results, and anything less than that is not sufficient for me. All right. So in other words, come in, we'll give you a shot, and it's got this and that and the other in it. And I'm absolutely not going to be willing to go in and get that shot because it violates, in my mind, my human rights. And what I have witnessed are very good people putting in a lot of effort. There's a 17-page contract that I'm starting to read through now, and it's got importance. It's got value in it, because if you're going in without these elements, you're taking a risk, and we're not part of a herd, even though that's how humanity is currently being described.
So Robert Kennedy said forcing uninterested vaccines on people is a war crime.
You bet. And he said it plain as day. I'm surprised more people aren't very more curious about this, and why it's not, why it's something that people seem okay with. How anybody could say that they would go in and take a shot without resistance is pathetic in my mind. I think that's you may as well put a shotgun to your head. I mean, it's just that risky. It's just, to me, in my mind, I don't know what's going in, and I don't know what they're trying to achieve. And a vaccine stays in your body a very long time, and it's probably designed to do things. So, what are those things? And who's responsible if something goes wrong? Well, I'm going to make sure I could do my best to, if I'm put in a position to have to do something like that, I would fight it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm showing no listeners right now. Are you?
That's correct. I don't think we have any. I don't know why, but we don't. I don't know if someone has basically. What's that?
It's 11:30.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people are probably sleeping at the moment, or going to bed early, or and then you never know what YouTube is going to do and how YouTube is going to behave. The last show that we did here, has over 50 listens, but
I wanted to get that sound in there. It sounded good when I heard it earlier.
52 listens for our last show, by the way.
We had quite a few listens. It was good.
Yeah. Even though I couldn't boost it, but it got the listens, man, and that's the point.
So it did well even without paying.
You're right. I mean, again, yeah. Well, I mean, this is going to be a year. It's going to be interesting. We have an election, and this is the most unusual thing. And I'm going to attempt to do some fasting for my diabetes because I do feel like awful crap, and I certainly want to feel better. Man, I can smell cigarette smoke outside. God, why are they smoking outside my apartment building?
Yeah, it's still allowed to. People can smoke.
Yeah, but it comes in my apartment building. It's oh, so nasty. Just kind of angers me. I mean, I don't know if they're standing outside, but like if they're, but who's doing that shit? I can smell it.
Do you have a link to the show? Seems like people are. Darn it! It looks like our link didn't get sent. That's annoying.
Really? Oh yeah, I do have a link to the show. I can do that right now.
Yeah, if you can post that. Sorry if there's people out there not getting the links to the show. Unreal. Let's see if I can get it to. Yes, we are live. Live.
Live.
Yes, we are live. See? Live.
What?
Whoops. All right. So I got the link too. Make sure people are in there.
Yeah.
I'll do an everyone. Why not? Get in here. Send. There we go. Everybody needs to be in here for the best year ever.
It is the best year ever. Why not? Why not be a great year? This looks like a little thing of the Korean War. And look, we've had tough years before. This is one of the harder ones that I can ever remember, like on a global scale. And we're faced with very harsh realities here. I mean, and very harsh trade-offs. Nothing. I mean, and there are people that believe that this is not true, and those who believe that this is a setback. Either way you go, you know what? We're faced with just some harsh realities here. So, and we still don't have anyone listening. I'm like, what? I'm hoping that YouTube changes its algorithm. I don't know how popular we would be.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there are people that probably have far better or more superior information.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. We started our show a while ago, but I looked in there and it looked like our links hadn't been sent out. So
why did that happen?
Oops. Well, I don't know. We do have a. Let's see. We are Transparency and Merit. Yeah, we have a phone number, and I'm going to jump in Discord. Maybe there are people out there who maybe open for a late night chat. Who knows?
Is there anyone even up right now, or is everyone in Betty by?
Open line, BC. I mean, are you telling me on a Friday night everybody's sleeping already? Get out of here.
Might be, man.
People don't have anything going on. Hey, did you jump on your Twitter and put a link to this?
Yes, I did.
I'm going to go in and retweet it then. So, all right, where else are we at here? Hey, I already got some likes. People should be here. Come on.
Come on, listen to it.
Won't hurt you.
Listen to me bloviate. Yeah, you know what the truth is? Maybe what I'm saying is full of garbage.
You know what? It is.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Throw it in the
Garbage.
trash.
All right.
Dude.
Why don't you go ahead?
What?
Why don't you state where you're at? What's bugging you? After I've already explained to you why you should be celebrating this opportunity. There's a real opportunity for incredible change. We are in the midst of a global financial reset, and
That
if you
doesn't
don't
sound very
think
good.
that's happening,
That doesn't sound very good.
this trust me, what we had going on was no good. And the problem is people are letting the Federal Reserve, they're letting them basically buy up America. The Federal Reserve they lowered the interest rate. The interest rates went down to what? 0. And so the feds now can walk in and just pick up whatever they want. And that's what's going on, because people are not calling it out. They're letting it happen right under their feet. There's a really good guy. I think maybe you should listen to a little bit of him. You might like
Who's
him.
this guy?
He's a financial expert who gives amazing video clip. Yeah, he does these amazing clips on YouTube. And let me see if I can find him.
Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci.
Oh, what's your idea for a song?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for later, Joey. Just because, when I have it out, I think we should. I think we should record that, and then put it out there. And mine's for whatever.
You know what? I think right now is a great opportunity for you to get it in. Darn it, I can't find this guy's name, but it'll come to me.
House passes a $3 trillion aid package. Senate fight awaits.
Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci, please find the cure. This is absurd. Dr. Fauci. Parks are closed. Movie theaters too. Boo-hoo-hoo. Dr. Fauci.
I know you need practice, but
you have to wear a mask. Please put it on your face. Put it on right now. Dr. Fauci. This mask makes me puke. Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci.
This is going to be great. I can already tell.
Dr. Fauci. Please find a cure. This is absurd. Dr. Fauci.
Okay, I found my guy here.
I think I have the flu. Just like Fredo. Dr. Fauci. Please find the cure. This is absurd. I wanna go to the movies again and buy some popcorn. Doctor Fauci.
All right. So I'm going to play this clip.
Doctor.
We'll get back to that.
Dr. Fauci. All right, go ahead. Play the clip.
All right.
Pull it all up now, please. God damn it.
Let's see if we can. Can you see it? Is it on the screen?
Yes, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Who is this guy? It looks like Dr. Smouchy.
Yes.
2020. So here's a story right off the bat. We just found out another
Wait a minute. Please. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Stop the clip. Is he related to Bill Wagner?
Coffin economy. That's right. We have a coffin economy. We are dead and buried. And this is and we'll talk more about that. So
it's gonna coffin. We're dying over here. It's a coffin. We're coughing and we're going to a coffin.
This way, stocks are poised for a lower open across the board. Dow futures are pointing towards about a 300-point drop right at the opening bell. This is the market throwing a tantrum, like I have explained now for the past several days. The market wants negative rates. The president has been promising negative rates. The good cop, bad cop charade must play out, but we are getting negative rates. We'll talk more about that in a second. Cryptocurrency.
Everyone take off their clothes right now and start having sex.
Is at 97. Gold and silver are catching a bid. Crude oil is getting bid higher. And the 10-year yield is getting smashed. That is worrisome. 0.61. I mean, we were at 0.72 just a couple of days ago, and you know how this plays out. You know how it works. When cash is making its way into the debt market like that,
my money. And who stole the bagel off my thing? I had a bagel. I had a bagel with bacon on it, and someone took it. Who took it?
Me and my lions out here. But again, the play is simple. The market
take my bagel again. I'm going to cut it. That's all I got to say.
It's going to get him.
He's a bit of the crypt keeper.
Coffin economy is going to force the Fed to go negative with regard to rates. And what does this mean? They're going to siphon cash right out of your bank account to push cash into that stock market. It's incredible. It's absolutely absurd. But that's where we are at in the coffin economy. So real simple. This is terrible. Another 3 million people lose their jobs. Millions more are coming. Millions more jobs are going to be lost.
This guy makes me want to put a skip in, just
that means,
oh yeah, this guy's not.
He needs to die.
This guy gets going
in gloom. The information I have, doom. I got the doom glooms. This is a coffin. Just, you know what? What you need to do is get into a car, find a garage, and put the hose in the,
what can I say?
Hose up the tailpipe, put it in
the way it's going to go here on out. What is
let the exhaust fuse from your car fill you up, fill your lungs up, so you just die.
Market wrap up, and I'm happy about that. Enough.
Like he just needs to put a gun to his head right then and there. I'm gonna
incredible U-turn here on Wall Street. I'll explain to you what happened and why it happened. Stocks were down across the board. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down almost 300 at one point. Well, we completely turned that around and finished in the positive. This is it. This is the way it's going to go moving forward. The market is fake. I've said this a million times. The real turnaround in this market seemed to coincide with an announcement by the Federal Reserve that they will be increasing its lending and buying program. It's
Wow. Unreal. He's got a lot. He's got a lot to say.
This is a coffin economy.
The coffin economy.
People are going to die. There's going to be millions of deaths. It's a great year right now. Eh? Enjoy it while it lasts, everybody.
Darren's here. Darren got a new job in this incredibly weird economy. So good job. Good going there, Darren.
Nobody wants to go to a prostitute. Wink, wink. Everybody does. Wink, wink.
Then I heard Debbie walked out of her job today. So we got somebody with a new job and somebody who walked out of their job today. Wow.
You better call Darren and apologize. No, you better call Curtis, Debbie, and apologize and ask for your job back.
Yes. Go get Curtis back on your side.
Yeah, you need to, Debbie. You need to get Curtis back on your side. Just say, I'm sorry for everything I've done.
Oh, and by the way, that won't help because Curtis lost his job too.
What? Call Curtis up. Call him up now.
He won't answer. He
needs to answer the phone because we need to talk to Curdy Poo.
Oh, she got a new job. So Debbie is. Debbie got a new job.
Can you call Curtis? Do you have Curtis's number?
Yeah, but he's not going to answer. He's really hiding out.
Why?
I know this really seems like his time to shine.
Yeah.
Hello. You're on the show live, by the way. Whoever is here.
Yes. Who is here?
Who do we got?
2020 is shaping up to be a great year, by the way. A great year.
Indeed. Oh, we have Mo. Mo's
Mo,
here.
how you doing?
You here? Well, maybe he'll chime in. But yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm here. I said, how are you guys?
Oh, we are fine, man. Nice to hear from you.
How are things in Australia?
Well, things got interesting for me just now. A customer of mine just called me up and said, if I spend $100,000 on a TV studio, could you set it up for me? So,
hey,
I've got that now.
Sounds like a nice opportunity to make some money for during a tough time. People who are setting up like that are in a good position. Working with your hands is a great place to be.
Oh yeah, it's not just that. A lot of my customers, so it's all now been word of mouth because they've realized they can't cope on their own with websites and marketing and SEO and all that sort of stuff. So customers are like, can you manage my Facebook account? I need a website. I need this. I need that. So I've been flat out for the last month and a half.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from former clients. It's nuts right now. It's just nuts because they're going with who they trust, and if you're available to work, it's a good time for that.
Oh yeah.
And yesterday I was in a poker tournament and I won. I was on fire. I couldn't lose yesterday. So things are going okay right now.
Yeah? How much did you lose?
I won for once. It was nice. It put me in the green. So I was happy.
No.
Oh, Debbie, come on. Curtis is not a drunken buffoon. Come on. You're a horrible person. So what are you doing on this lovely day? It's a Saturday, right? In Australia?
Yeah, it is. Literally, and you're going to laugh, I'm just playing Animal Crossing.
Holy hell. Still?
Yeah.
I thought that was a passing phase.
It's an open world game. Like, there is no end to it. There's just shit to do.
Now, is it community? Like, are you meeting people at least, or is it just go in and do it?
Yeah. So think of The Sims 4 if it had
Oh.
like dinky little flag missions and you had to go visit your friends on their island and that sort of stuff.
Oh, wow.
So essentially, you're a settler on your own little deserted island.
Have you ever done
And-
Second Life?
Sort of similar thing.
Brian, have you ever heard of
But-
Second Life?
No.
Wow. Okay.
But this is like very Japanese, very cutesy,
Right,
looking
right.
sort of.
It's it does. It looks like old kind of characters, right? Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like advanced gaming. But it
It's
is.
like a really cutesy sort of Japanese, anime sort of shit. Yeah. I've never played it before, so my cousin downloaded it. He's like, yeah, I'm playing Animal Crossing. And I'm like, fucking hell, I just keep hearing about this game for like the last 5 years. I'm just going to download it. So yeah, when the new one came out, yeah.
And so how much time have you put into this, do you reckon?
More than I am willing to say.
Because last time I talked to you, you said you were at like 75 hours or something. So you've probably blown past 100 hours.
Oh, easily. Hold on. Let me check. I can actually tell you. Profile, Animal Crossing. Okay, according to my Nintendo Switch profile, I've played over 75 hours. 75 hours or more, because it goes up by increments of 25, I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I've probably played like 90 hours or so.
Hey, so I hit it on the head. I remembered. I'm listening, buddy. I'm
JP,
listening.
it's ridiculous though, right?
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous though, right? So I visit my friend's island and he's got like 500,000 in coins and he's like got like a water fountain and like everything like set up to look like a little paradise. And I'm like, man, my little fucker is still living in tent.
We have a special guest here, Brian. We have the Dream Master.
How and you got this disease, right? Now you don't have it anymore. Have you been cured?
Are we talking Animal Crossing or COVID-19? You got to be clear, dude.
They're both a disease. But Dream Master, how are you doing? Are you over the CV?
I never had it.
Wait, did Dennis actually have it? No, Dennis is just a smoker who had lung issues.
No, he had it. He had the CV.
I did.
Really?
If you say so.
Yes.
Oh my God, Dennis, how are you alive? I thought you were held up by smoke and liquor.
Well, they drained 2 liters of lung fluid out of me.
Did you get to keep it?
2 liters?
Sold it.
Dude, 2 liters, you guys realize that's a bottle of milk, right?
Yes. No, I realize that is quite a lot. And you don't weigh a whole shit ton, right? You're pretty thin. How much do you weigh?
Yeah.
You don't...
Other than a feather.
Maybe $140, $150.
Yeah. Okay. If you think so.
Nice. Wow. So that's quite a bit of juice in the lungs. Yikes.
Yeah.
So you're okay though. You're on the mend. Or are you still recovering? Or are you back to good?
No, I'm still recovering. You know, I just had a tube pulled out of my back,
Oh.
side, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So
And
still a little sensitive there.
now you said one of your things was obviously you were in the hospital. You weren't smoking at all, and I know you picked up a little bit back since you've been home. Are you still really kind of keeping the smoking to a minimum, or have you kind of fallen off the wagon? And are you like puffing 4 cigarettes at
I've
once?
curtailed my nicotine.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
Good work.
So I eat a lot more.
Okay, it's all right. Gain a little weight. You're gonna have to find a way though. Interesting.
I'm almost 170 now.
Okay,
Fat.
Batman.
Dennis, when you feel hungry because of the hunger cravings because you've stopped smoking, eat green apples because you expend more energy than you get from the apple. Therefore, you won't gain weight.
Doing it. That's right. That's eating corn.
Oh,
Cob.
Yeah. Yeah, eat things that actually spend more energy to digest than they'll give you.
I understand.
I like how he said.
Yeah.
I like how he said cob. I'm eating cob. Brian,
It's not just your average.
by the way, Dream Master, it's open forum tonight, but our show title, Brian, what is it called?
2020 is going to be one hell of a year.
Best year ever.
It already is.
Best year ever.
At the end of it, we all die.
We should together all die. 1, 2, 3.
We're all going to die alone.
I truly think that we're in a position to land on our feet in a much better world, but we sure as hell ain't going back to the old way. We're going to look back and we're going to recognize that that was the world we used to live in.
Yes.
Kind of like 9/11, but even more, way more involved. I think what we're doing now is something that they tried to do in 2001, but the efforts were thwarted by the whatever happened in New York that day. I think this is the real deal.
That was the fakest coronavirus outbreak in the States.
Well,
the New York outbreak.
Well, fake. When you say fake, the rates of death here in California are the exact same rates as the flu every year.
More fake? No, wait.
Hey, listen to me now. Listen to me right now. The rate of the coronavirus, which in my medical association book, it's defined as the common cold. The common cold. Okay, and that kills people every year. It kills a certain percentage. The coronavirus has killed the exact same rate of people as the common cold does every year.
Go back to the fake virus. Go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're not listening to me, but go ahead. What kind of well, I'm not sure what you're calling fake. What do you think's fake here?
What you say, the virus is fake. You were making a point. So
no. I think you misunderstood. I'll repeat it even for the stupid out there to hear.
Okay, thanks, because I am slow.
The coronavirus is in my AMA book. It's American Medical Association book. It's the definitions, has every definition of every.
Dated, what was it, 1989?
1989. But it's the same book now. It's the coronavirus coronavirus is in there, and it defines it as the common cold.
You know how many strains of coronavirus there are?
Well, how many are you going to believe? Yeah, I've heard different numbers. 83, 84.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So, but I'm not whatever. It's the coronavirus is the common cold. How are you, by the way, with respect? Do you give Mr. Midnight Movie honor and respect?
Do you?
What's the topic of the show?
Okay, let me repeat it again. Our show tonight is called 2020, the greatest year ever. And I need to know, do you give Brian respect and do you give him honor?
There's no reason why I should respect him, so I respect the man.
Thank you.
Honor. I haven't tested his honor, so I cannot comment on that.
Because we had a caller check Brian the other night. He called in. It was like, "You have no honor. You have no honor." And I don't know. I respected that. That was a good call. That was good.
It was a terrible call. It was off the subject. It was awful. Now I'm getting tired, Joe. So I might go
it's
to
only midnight. You can't go to sleep. You haven't even done anything.
I have done something. I did a show, and I'm getting tired.
Well,
man.
Can you at least?
He's Brian. I respect you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Can you at least give the people a closing thought, Dream Master, before you leave?
Peace, love, and everybody. Just be happy, joy. Next.
Easy. All right. What about you, Brian? You got a closing thought?
There are no solutions, only harsh trade-offs. And whatever you do, I guess, like Dennis, happy, happy, joy, joy, because you got to put a smile on your face.
Man, you die.
Yep.
Say
We're
it,
all
right?
going to die.
Honor. We're all gonna die.
Does Mo have anything to add?
Oh, wait. Yes, we have a yes. Caller, yes. Are you there?
I heard you speak of honor, and I have not heard it.
I've had enough. I've had enough.
Hold on. This guy's great.
Topic of show. I thought it would give me inspiration for my great Wii bowling game that I must commence shortly.
Very nice.
This thing.
Just jump off a cliff, man.
I hope you get a win.
Do a somersault off a large building and do a somersault.
I leave little raisins.
All right.
Do a
So
somersault.
Let
Do
me
it.
party and dishonor my honorable name by showing up party to my Wii bowling game. That is honor, sir.
it is
Crack-a-lacking.
crack-a-lackin'.
Crack-a-lackin'.
You know what? I have a video I really want to play for you.
I have to go to the bathroom and I want to get to bed, man. I'm tired.
All right.
Yeah, go.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna treat people.
Peace.
Put your camera off, and I'm gonna play this video anyways, and then maybe you come back. Maybe you go to bed. Doesn't matter. Either way.
Well, you can
But,
still push on.
Yeah. I want to hear this. I think it's important. And I think even
Shit, it's the top of the hour. It's past my bedtime. I have to go to bed by 3:00.
why?
Go to bed by 3, man. It's past my bedtime.
Well, that's fine. I'm still gonna play the video. It's all good.
Go play the video. Hey, Willie, take ease.
Yeah, I hope that. I hope I can find this. Dang. Okay, let's see here. Trump. I'm having problems with finding it, so maybe I won't.
Yeah,
play it.
politics. Yeah. Okay, bye.
It's an important one. I think. Mainly because. Oh, here. I think this one was it. All right.
Ranchers and the people that need great food. A key feature of our reopening plan is the largest and most ambitious testing system in the world by far. America is now conducting close to 350,000 tests per day, an unthinkable number just a short while ago. More than
Let's play it up here.
food by our farmers and our ranchers. And so it has been made.
Dr. Fauci.
There he is.
Are being made. Scientists at the NIH began developing the first vaccine candidate on January 11th. Think of that.
They're ahead of the
Within
game.
hours
Okay.
of the virus's genetic code being posted online. So January 11th, most people never even heard what was going on January 11th. And we were out there trying to develop a vaccine, not even knowing what we were up against. Then my administration cut through every piece of red tape to achieve the fastest ever by far launch of a vaccine trial for this new virus, this very vicious virus. And I want to thank all of the doctors and scientists and researchers involved because they've never moved like this or never even close. The NIH and the HHS have also been working constantly with private industry to evaluate more than 100 potential treatments. The Food and Drug Administration has swiftly approved more than 130 therapies for active trials. That's what we have right now, 130. And another 450 are in the planning stages, and tremendous potential awaits. I think we're going to have some very interesting things to report in the not too distant future. And thank you very much to Dr. Hahn. Through a historic series of funding bills, my administration is providing roughly $10 billion to support a medical research effort without parallel. I especially want to thank Senator Steve Daines of Montana for his incredible work. He has worked so hard to secure additional funding for vaccine development. He has been right at the forefront. Today, I want to update you on the next stage of this momentous medical initiative. It's called Operation Warp Speed.
Operation
That
Warp
means big and it means
Speed.
fast. A massive scientific, industrial, and logistical
Operation
endeavor, unlike
Warp
anything
Speed.
our country has seen since the Manhattan Project.
We're going super duper
You really
fast.
could say that nobody's seen anything like we're doing, whether it's ventilators or testing. Nobody's seen anything like we're doing now within our country since the Second World War. Incredible. Its objective is to finish developing and then to manufacture and distribute a proven coronavirus vaccine as fast as possible. Again, we'd love to see if we could do it prior to the end of the year. We think we're going to have some very good results coming out very quickly. In addition, it will continue accelerating the development of diagnostics and breakthrough therapies. The great national project will bring together the best of American industry and innovation, the full resources of the United States government, and the excellence and precision of the United States military. We have the military totally involved. We're also working very strongly with other countries who are also have some great scientists,
It's got the military involved.
doctors, and we're all working very closely together. And they're viewing us as the leader, and we are the relationship with other countries on solving this problem has been incredible. To date, Operation Warp Speed has brought together all of the experts across the federal government from places like the NIH, CDC, FDA, and many other agencies. This historic partnership will now bring together the full resources of the Department of Health and Human Services with the Department of Defense. And we know what that means. That means the full power and strength of the military, and that really talking about the logistics. We get it when we get it. That means the logistics, getting it out so that everybody can take it. And today we're proud
Military, making sure that everybody can get it.
to announce the mission of two of the most highly respected skilled.
Are you kidding me? He needs the military to make sure everybody gets the vaccine.
You better get it, dude.
Professionals
get
in our
it.
country.
Wait, hold on. Why should you? Why would you bet? Why do you need to get it?
You know what? I don't know. I would get it because I'm diabetic.
Wow.
And
Worldwide respected.
So
Operation Warp Speed's chief scientist will be Dr. Mosef Slowy, a world-renowned immunologist who helped create 14.
Well, there you go. Military threats, making sure we all get the vaccine by the end of the year. Demand transparency, and at very least, demand it.
yeah, you know what? See what they're putting in your body before you get it, to be honest with you. And you can't force people to take a thing, but you know what? I mean, I don't know.
That's what he said.
I think at the end of the day, I probably will take it, being diabetic. I know, Joe, you know, I don't know. I wonder if Debbie gets the flu shot.
I have no idea what one has to do with the other. I'm curious to know. Maybe we'll have to do some research into that, because to me that makes no sense at all.
No.
Take a vaccine because you're diabetic. It makes me gag to think that people would use logic in that way. But
well, no, I mean, because if I get this disease, it might be worse than the So yeah. But yeah, I mean, Joe. It's recommended that I get the flu shot, Joe.
Imagine a world, and I'll leave on this. Imagine, this is my final thought.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a world where nobody feared death. Imagine that. I think that's what the government is playing right into everybody's fear of death. Plain and simple, can't be put any other way. But your fear of dying is clouding your thinking, and not you, but just I'm talking to everybody. And you need to get real. You need to get. There's nothing to fear, but fear itself. So, anything else, Brian?
Nope.
All right, man. Subscribe, please, people.